Do you respect yourself enough to walk away from negative things? Do you know your true value? And do you have enough self-respect in order to achieve self-discipline? Those are the topics we're going to talk about today here on the Brodeurland Show. So don't forget to subscribe so you can get the latest videos right when they drop. But let's dive in. Today we are going to talk about self-respect. So let's take a look. Confidence in oneself, knowing you have value, being true to yourself, standing up for yourself, and also being honest. You got to be honest with yourself. Now here on the Brodeurland Show, I always love to take a look at some quotes. And so today, let's start off with our first quote right here. Respect yourself enough to walk away from anything that no longer serves you, grows you, or makes you happy. So what this quote really means to me is the power of saying no. And it's hard at times. We have friends that have been with us for quite some time, but sometimes those friends can kind of turn on us. Sometimes those friends can go down a path, and I got to be able to say no. And I've got to be able to walk my own way and be able to walk away from those situations, from those friends, from those things that are bringing me down, that are going to be negative in my life, because I've got to be able to walk true. I've got to be able to be confident in myself, and I've got to be able to become that best version of myself. And here's the deal, as painful as it may be to do that in the moment, always remember tomorrow is a new day, a new sunrise, a new path, a new march forward to becoming that true and best version of yourself. Now, as we talk about becoming that true and best version of ourselves, let's take a look at the next quote because it ties really well with this first quote. If you don't know your own value, somebody will tell you your value, and guess what? It's going to be less than your worth. So here's the deal. You've got to know your true worth. You've got to know your true value. How do you do that? By going out there and saying, yes, I can. I am capable. I have a purpose. Don't allow somebody else to go around and say, hey, you can't do that. You're not worth it. You're not as valuable. You can't be successful in this. No, you've got to march forward. You've got to push forward. You've got to be confident in who you are and go and try things. It's okay if you make mistakes. It's okay if you fall. From those falls, from those mistakes, will we learn to grow. But if we allow other people to tell us we can't, we're never going to grow. We're never going to find out who we are, and we're never going to be able to walk closer and closer to becoming that best version of yourself. Now, let's branch this all together with this final quote right here. Respect your efforts. Respect yourself. Self-respect leads to self-discipline. And when you have both firmly under your belt, hey, that's real power right there. So finishing this off with this last quote right here, it branches self-discipline, which is one of our words from a month or so ago, with self-respect. And what I really see with this quote is the power of if you are confident with yourself, if you know who you are, if you have that self-respect, because it all starts with you, only then can you have self-discipline. And self-discipline is that capability, is that superpower of being able to say no when I need to say no, yes when I need to say yes, even if I don't feel like I'm in the mood, even if all the people around me are saying, I don't think you can do this. Self-discipline says, I'm going to pick myself up, I'm going to keep pushing forward, and I am going to do this. But the only way I can have that self-discipline is with that self-respect, because it all starts with you. If you're not respectful of who you are, if you're not honest with who you are, then you will never be able to have that self-discipline to march forward with a whole new path, a whole new beginning, and keep growing to become that best version of yourself. So always remember, you make each week a special week by just you being you. There's no one in the whole world like you except you. And I like you just the way you are. It's good that you exist, but you gotta go out. You got to be that best version of yourself. Until next time, Broder out. Peace.